Hey guys, it's Jessie and Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and we are still doing Trial Extravaganza Year, which is a year. The one that we are doing now is the Ultimate Book Tag. This was made for us from our good friend on Goodreads, Megan. She does not have a YouTube page, but we will link her Goodreads page down below if you want to become friends with her. She wanted to make a huge tag that covered all areas and made it the ultimate one. So
she succeeded.
Yeah, so thank you, Megan, so much for making this tag for us. So yeah, it's 25 questions. It's a big one, so we'll be only doing one tag this video.
Do you get sick while reading in the car?
Yes, I get really bad motion sickness. Like every time I go on a trip, it's just not fun.
I do every once in a while. There are certain books I can read in the car. Like I read Twilight in the car a whole bunch. Usually I get pretty sick, but every once in a while I won't.
Which author's writing style is completely unique to you, and why?
I chose J.K. Rowling for this. I feel like she is a total prodigy. She has such immense detail and crazy things going on, like things that tie in from the first book to the seventh book, and I think that no author has really accomplished that I've read.
I really like Rick Riordan. I really like his writing because I think that he is the master of adventure, and I think that adventure is not really a genre that too many people focus on, so I don't think he gets enough credit for what he can do with adventure because it's amazing.
The Harry Potter series or the Twilight Saga, and give 3 points to defend your answer.
I used to be Twilight, but after I got over my obsession, I'm now back to Harry Potter. One part of it is because Harry Potter is a big reason why I read. It got me back into reading when I was a preteen, so I gotta give a lot of credit to the series for that. The writing is better, and it has a better cast of characters.
I also chose Harry Potter, but I did too have my Twilight affair. When I first read Twilight, I was absolutely obsessed with it. Harry Potter books were over. Twilight came in and I was like, oh,
it's the best thing ever.
And now that I'm over Twilight again, Harry Potter is again my favorite. Points that I chose were the setting, like the kind of thing about it. It's like a crazy wizard school that's been going on for centuries, or sparkly vampires. Obviously a wizard school is a little bit more interesting. Hermione versus Bella. There's no competition there. The last point that I had was the feeling that you get long term when reading Harry Potter is much more complete than the intense obsession you have with Twilight while you're reading them.
You get over the lust of it really fast, and Harry Potter stays with you forever. It will. It'll stick with all the people who write it in this generation forever. We'll be talking about it when we're 80. Question 4 is, do you carry a book bag? And if you do, what is in it besides books? I'm just going to show you guys because we don't even know half the time ourselves. Like, woo, there's not where that thing is. This is my purse. I use it as a book bag as well. That's why it's so big. Pad of paper where I have my list of books that I want to get. And then when I'm in the store and I see hardcovers that I want, I write them down so I can then buy them online. My wallet, my son's DS is in here. Chapstick, and then my son's Angry Bird lip balm. I got this at the dollar store for $1.
It was not originally supposed to be your son's.
And he loved it. I usually keep my lip balms. I try to keep little pouches to keep it all organized, and I keep loose jewelry and everything in here. So let me put all my lip balms in here. Let's just clean our purses out while we're doing it. Then I have a compact,
Ooh, that's pretty.
I was going to give that to you because it's actually too late for me. I got it on sale.
Oh, thank you, Jara, sister.
I did have a compact deodorant because you never know when you need deodorant. Student ID card. I'm not going to show you it. 2 watches because my radio in my car broke and I never know what time it is. So I went out and got 2 watches. And
Sister friend doesn't carry a cell phone either.
Yeah, so I don't like cell phones, but so I need watches to know what time it is. Johnson & Johnson first aid kit because my son is constantly getting hurt. And
he's klutz.
It's got band-aids and Neosporin for him when he gets hurt.
He's a teeny bit of a klutz.
Tissue compartment. I don't want to blind you with the mirror.
Oh, Stacey, I've been a little sniffly today. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to blow my nose.
So, for when my son needs to blow his nose, there's a little tissue compartment, some spray, Post-its from my local library, and then I got some beautiful Estee Lauder hand lotion that one of my friends gave me and didn't like, but I really like, even though it's like old looking. I need to clean that off.
Yeah,
but it smells really good. It makes your hands really soft too. And Bobby
Pen. That's mine!
No! You took my compact! This Bobby Pen is not mine.
That is mine!
No, it's mine now!
Now I know where it is at.
No.
You will not have it tomorrow, now you know why. I have a really interesting purse and have lots of fun things in it. And then I became a mother and a student. This is it.
My wallet doesn't match my purse either. I just now noticed that. That's so bad.
Camera.
That's pretty.
Hairspray.
Oh, I need some hairspray.
Something I actually do transfer over when I'm carrying a purse. It has all my pens and Post-its and staples and all that nonsense in it. Book that I'm reading.
Oh, I was reading my book, so my book wasn't in there, but it's usually in there.
Planner. It's all birthday. Wonderful compact.
I used to have a compact.
I have my really, really old wallet that I've had for ages.
Yeah, you bought that to match your yellow purse. I don't even think you have your yellow purse anymore.
Interesting. Normally I have a lot more cool stuff in my purse. Okay. Well, once upon a time.
I'm a mom too, okay? I got mom stuff in here.
You're an older mom though, so you don't need a diaper bag.
Kit. Look at that. Bam. I got Neosporin in here.
Yeah, you have old mom stuff.
I'm not
old. I mean like older children mom.
You know what?
Stuff.
If you get a baby when we're out, you're just gonna have to suffer through that baby. Because I am not going to give you some Neosporin.
You don't need a diaper bag, okay? I don't think Dylan needs diapers.
Question 5 is, do you smell your books? Jessica wrote "Get out," which I think is very rude to tell somebody who made a tag just for you. And I wrote, I can't stop. I really can't. I do it so much that I don't even notice I do it half the time. Do you like books with or without illustrations?
I love books with illustrations. I like when they have like illustrations on the top of the chapter every once in a while throughout the book and little by the page numbers. I love them all.
Extra details is what makes a book even better. Like you can flip through it and you see all these beautiful pages, all this beautiful detailing. I love it. Anything like that, just smack it in there. Pop-up books are fun too. Like wow! Like where would that come from? Especially the really elaborate ones. Like how the heck did they do that?
You're sitting there like playing with all this little stuff.
When we used to go to the Borders, we would just sit in the pop-up area and play with all the pop-up books.
We never wanted to leave Borders. What book did you love while you were reading it, but later, after reading more, you discovered it wasn't as quality of writing?
Mine definitely was Nevermore by Alison Noel. It was when I was just first starting getting into YA. So when I read that book, I thought it was amazing. It had love triangles in it and everything. And as the series progressed, and after I read other things, I realized how detrimental the series actually was, and it was just like, ugh, I haven't even read the last book in the series yet, and it's been out forever.
Mine is, actually the first book I reviewed on YA Fiction Freaks was one of the first YA books I read after Twilight, and it was Fallen by Lauren Kate. I was obsessed with it. I'm like, this is a 5 out of 5, definitely as good as all these other books, but now after almost 3 years of reading YA, I realize that Fallen is no way near up to par.
It falls into those cliche moments. Do you have any funny stories involving books from your childhood? If you do, then share. The first chapter book that I read by myself, that I can remember reading by myself, and the first book I bought for myself. Checked out a book from my school library. It was called Dan Morgan the Rifleman, and I loved it. I was reading it. It was like 2-3 chapters, and it was time to give it back. The librarian told me that she was going to sell that book anyway, so if I gave a nickel for it, I could have it. And I'm like, yay, my first book, bought it by myself, reading it by myself, and it's about a rifleman. And I still have this to this day, have never finished it. I got about halfway through and I'm like, this is about guys and rifles.
Ew.
And Indians. It's like a cowboy book. Why am I reading it? But I'm bound to determine I'm going to finish it one day.
That's cute. When I read the Harry Potter series, I was one of the only readers. I read all of the Harry Potter books that were out at that time, and they did this thing called AR points, and I don't know if you guys have those things or not, but it's where you take a test on a book that you read and you get a certain amount of points for the questions that you get right, so you can prove that you read it. And I took the test on all the Harry Potter books, and since they were such thick books, I ended up with 100 points in a week. So my 4th grade teacher she had this paper that was stapled, and she said, will you take this to the office? And I'm like, yeah, Teacher Peck, let's take this to the office. And then I come back and there was a cake! And I'm like, wow!
That's so sweet.
So that was fun. What is the thinnest book on your shelf?
Mine is He's Your Dog, Charlie Brown.
Aww.
It's only 50 pages.
The thinnest book that I have are the Sweep series. They're like, tiny books.
What is the thickest book on your shelf?
Harry Potter.
Gone with the Wind. It's 959 pages.
I take that back. Mine's not. Mine's probably my Lord of the Rings bind up. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, okay? I'm cultured. I read Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I'm a true nerd.
You're a true nerd. True nerd. It sounded like you said true nerd.
I'm a true nerd.
What's a true nerd? Ew, that should be our name now. We're like the true nerds.
We're the true nerds.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
So do I.
I kind of want that to be our new page one.
Breaking news. We like true nerds so much that we're going to start a second page. It's going to call True Nerds.
True Nerds.
Links down below.
Do you write as well as read, and do you see yourself in the future as being an author?
No, I've never seen myself as an author, and I always thought I was actually kind of a bad writer story-wise, because I can't explain settings very well at all. But when I took one class, my teacher actually pulled me aside and told me that I should go for a career in journalism because I was really good at reporting things.
I hope that one day I can be an author. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I was little, I would, like, the 3 top things you'd want it to be, I would be teacher, writer, and president.
Mom was telling a story the other day that every time Mom took Jessie to the store and would be like, Jessie, do you want a toy? She'd be like, yeah, I want a toy. I want a pen and a pad of paper. Question 12 is, when did you get into reading?
I always loved reading because I had an older sister that liked to read, and I always wanted, she could always write and read and do cool stuff.
Who is this special older sister that you had?
I don't know, she's really annoying. Now I don't like her at all.
Did you see my face? I'm like, ah!
But,
my chin like doubled in size.
I know.
I didn't know I did that.
But anyways,
I'm sorry.
I've always loved reading, but I got into YA like
it just
my
proved
sophomore
how
year.
annoying I was. I'm sorry.
I know.
It was like proof. Here's how annoying I am. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet now, guys.
You know, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I'll be quiet. Let's
Here, Stacey, it's your turn to answer.
I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead.
I'm over it. Buddy, you can see when I want to interrupt you because I'll go,
yeah.
stop and stay there with my mouth like I'm.
The finger will stay on the entire time.
I started reading YA 2 years ago. When we started the channel, I started reading a lot more.
One of my earliest memories was one of our my teachers were reading about a little boy. He gets stranded on a desert island with his family's servant and is blind, and it's really good, and I really got into it. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. I started reading more after that.
My earliest memory of reading was Dad taking us to Borders one day, and I was so mad because I couldn't read yet. I could only read like short stories, and Dad got me a chapter Bernstein Bears book. And we went out to dinner afterward. I'm just sitting there like, I can't read this. What is your favorite classic book?
Right now, it switches all the time. I have a group that is in a bubble of my favorite. But recently, I'm really wanting to reread The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Lennox because that book is so good. His writing is amazing. It makes you really believe that there was a phantom at this opera house.
Today, I feel like my favorite classic book is Lord of the Rings. I love it. It's so good.
In school, was your best subject language arts or / English? That I cannot speak.
Diction was clearly not your strong point, Stacey. I loved English and language arts. That was definitely one of my strongest.
No, I actually hated those two subjects because I cannot spell to save my life. I really can't. It's embarrassing how bad my spelling is. I think that the spelling gene skipped over to me and landed in Jessie because Jessica can spell anything. Like any word like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Jessie can spell that like no problem. And I'm like, I can't even spell super. No, I can spell super. Let's not go too far with this. But like appetizers, if you ask me how to spell appetizers, I have no freaking idea. Don't you start spelling it either. Yeah, so it was actually pretty embarrassing how bad my spelling is. So I was actually really ashamed of it in school.
But the thing about that is we kind of make a good team about that because I'm a really good speller, but I cannot think of the word that I'm trying to say at all. And I'm like, Stacey, what is it?
Yeah, I'm a dictionary. I just can't spell it as parts of the dictionary.
If you were given a book as a present that you had read before and hated, what would you do?
I would act like I like it. Whatever present I ever get, if I don't like it, I always act like I like it because I don't want to hurt the person's feelings. And then I just later give it to Jessie. Like, it's the best book ever, Jessie. You want to read it?
I said the same thing. I would definitely act like I liked it to the person because they put thought into getting me something. Then I would probably give it away on the channel because nobody knows. Like
don't trust Jessie's giveaway, guys.
That's what I mean. Like, hey, I didn't like this book, but hey, maybe you will.
What is a lesser known series that you know of that is close to Harry Potter or Hunger Games?
I don't think there are very many books that can compete with those, but something that's not similar in quality but similar in style to Harry Potter is Nightly Academy. It's about a school for knights.
Ooh!
It's pretty good.
Skin Hunger, I've mentioned that many times. The whole time I was reading Skin Hunger, I'm like, wow, this is like a darker version of Harry Potter.
What is a bad habit that you do besides rambling while you're filming?
Yeah, she did make this tag for us. She knows our bad habits.
She knows we ramble.
Playing with my hair, I just like actually
You were still
just doing it. Because I never wear my hair down except for when filming a video. So when it is down, I'm just like, oh yes, play with the hair.
I say a lot. Like in one of my videos, somebody actually put, we could play a drinking game by how many times you say
That's awesome.
Like, drink away, ahoy.
What is your favorite word?
I put snoodle.
Snoodle.
Why not? Snoodle.
Handsome.
Handsome.
I actually kind of hate that word. That's why I put it in here. My mom says it all the time. She'll be like, he's so handsome.
Are you a nerd, dork, or dweeb? Or all of the above? I think we should pick these for each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are a dork.
You're a dweeb. You are so dweeb.
Why am I a dweeb?
Because to me, a dweeb is somebody who is very smart and very intelligent, but also very funny. And you also have the big dweeb glasses. Those are dweeb glasses. They are so dweeb
These
glasses.
are nerd glasses.
They have surpassed nerdism and they've gone into dweedism. Vampires are fairies.
I chose fairies. I love fairies. I think fairy lore is really interesting. And also there are so many less good books about fairies, so I'm not overdone.
I love vampires. I can't help it. I love the dark, mysterious, ominous flavors that come with vampires.
Shapeshifters or angels, and why?
Definitely angels, because I love the history that comes with angels. I have so many times been on the lookout for a book, a real actual book that explains the different angels and their different jobs and stuff like that, and I think that a YA author could really explore that, but instead they're making these fake stalker angels.
Yeah.
Versus
what's your problem, Patch?
The real angel lore that is out there, and it's like, I don't think anybody has dove into it.
I chose angels also, but mainly because I'm so prejudiced against shapeshifters. I hate shapeshifter books. They're never done well enough. They always could do so much more with it, and then it's just so limited. And
spirits or werewolves?
Spirits, definitely. I mean, I just said that I'm really prejudiced against werewolves and shapeshifters. I do believe in ghosts. Like, hardcore, I believe in ghosts.
We have a ghost that lives in our house.
Her name's Glenda.
I also picked spirits because I think that the spiritual world is so unknown to us that, it's so diverse. They could go so deep and so into it and make up extravagant worlds from the unknown of it.
Zombies versus vampires.
Zombies, just because they're so funny.
They are so funny.
They're awesome. You know, it can actually happen. I truly believe that.
When it comes to the mythical creatures, I do prefer zombies. But if it comes to reading a book about it, I would much rather read a vampire book because you can't have a love affair with a zombie.
Forbidden love or a love triangle?
A love triangle because, first of all, I love love triangles. And second of all, in a love triangle, one of the loves is always forbidden.
Forbidden. Because I feel like forbidden love, like true forbidden love, is not around anymore. I just love something about the, no you can't, but oh yes you will.
Finally, the last question, the 25th question is, would you rather have action-packed with some love or full-on romance?
I would rather have action-packed with some love.
Some action, huh?
I can't talk today. Because I feel like the action brings out the romance. Like, you can't just go make out in a corner whenever you want to. There's stuff happening! You're walking around, so your kisses are more precious. And plus, I feel like books that are focused solely on love get cheesy and get cliche, and there's that fine line that a lot of times they just fall over.
See, I like full-on romances because, one, life is action-packed with a little bit of love, so I like to read the full-on romance. Stacey and I are starting a new channel that's going to be completely unbook related because we have our book channel and we wanted to do more videos that didn't have anything to do with books, but we didn't want to poison the Chapter Chicks channel with things like that because some people subscribed solely to see books. So now if you want to see other things like vlogs and other reviews and other videos, you can go subscribe to our new channel. And it's called True Nerds, like we said.
We hope you guys go check out our new vlog channel, and we hope you guys enjoy the tag. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Megan. Anyone can do the tag. Bye.